found it really weird.
That was pretty ridiculous.
I got a little nervous and anxious. Yeah.
Maid cafes are one of the most peculiar establishments you can find in Japan. So we wanted to find out a bit more about what they are and what they offer, beyond just the commonly held idea of cute waitresses in maid costumes. Join us as we uncover the cafes that are made in Japan.
So around the Akihabara station, there were many people with maid costumes standing in the street and advertising their shops. And I found it really weird, and it was not just acceptable for me. To be honest, they look just the same with people in Kabukicho. The impression toward maid cafe was not really good at that time. I don't want to approach to them, and what I just did to avoid or keep distance from them. My impression toward maid cafe totally changed from bad one to good one, because the experience I had there was really unexpected and surprising. I even feel that there was a place really comfortable for me, and there was a place where I can have some fun with my friends and talking with maids.
Before we got into the Maid cafe, I had a mixed feeling that I was excited and a little bit worried, because I thought that I can have an experience that I never have in our daily life at the Maid cafe, but at the same time, the entirely new experience, I got a little nervous and anxious about that. But after arriving at the cafe and open the door, the interior of it, or the interior of it, made me welcomed. So the anxious went away. I didn't expect that my image toward the cafe changed so drastically. Yes, I think that was a very good experience to have.
One of the things that I noticed that was pretty ridiculous was the fact that when we ordered some food, it actually came with a performance as well with the maids. And this is just not like an ordinary kind of performance. Everyone would be given like glow stick, right? And there's like a proper stage on one side of the cafe. The maids will just kind of like stand there and start singing and start doing like this very elaborate dance. But what I liked about the performance is that the audience wasn't a passive member of the performance. I was looking at another customer at the scene, and he was actually imitating. He was doing exactly what the lady was doing, what the maid was doing, and I was trying to follow it as well. But you just get sucked into the atmosphere, and it just kind of like takes you to a different kind of atmosphere. It's a different kind of experience. You weren't embarrassed, you weren't ashamed to be doing all these kinds of stuff, because everyone else was doing it, and it's just acceptable inside like the Maid cafe. So yeah.
Then they sort of told us like a few sort of formalities that we had to do, and you know, in Japanese where you usually end sentences politely desumasu, instead of that they wanted to do this yan yan, which was kind of awkward and really weird, but you know, it was pretty fun. And then whenever we wanted to call the waiter's attention, we had to, instead of saying sumimasen like you usually do, we had to do, collectively everyone had to do the yan yan. And whenever they served us food, we had to do a little dancey thing, like one part, second part. Pretty weird.
So what do you feel about the hand gestures?
You know, it's interesting because I don't think you would do that anywhere else, right? In terms of like general society, you wouldn't do that at home. But it sort of felt like you were like a kid again, like doing these silly things without like anyone really judging you.
After visiting the maid cafes, we decided to talk about some questions that were still in our minds.
So, what do you guys think of the Maid Cafe visit?
So back in Jakarta, I actually have maids at home, and a lot of my friends would have maids at their homes as well. So every time I would visit their places, I would kind of like be able to see their maids. The maids at the cafe are unlike any other maids I've ever seen before. It's just something very unique and very foreign, right? First of all, it's my first time seeing kind of like the maid outfit in real life. That combined with their kind of like attitude, the way they behave, it's very like, oh, very kawaii, and very kind of like, you know, they have like all the cute hand gestures. It's just something that I feel you can't find anywhere else besides Japan. Feels like, you know, it's a truly unique and Japanese experience coming from a foreigner.
The maids in the Japanese made coffee differs from the actual made in Western countries, I think, because in the Western country there are the hierarchical relationship between the maid and the host. The relationship between the workers in made coffees and the customers is equal. It is why I think the Japanese made coffee is unique to Japan.
What do you guys think the maids are trying to accomplish in their role?
Well, I think one of their purposes will be to give totally different experience from like people's daily lives, so customers can enjoy the world of maid culture when they go to maid cafe, and those experiences are not kind of things which you can experience otherwise. So I think that's one of their goals.
What do you guys think? Like, who goes to maid cafes?
Yeah, I thought the main customers will be otaku, like nerds. So I don't think I will be the one of them.
Or are you a otaku?
I think I'm not.
Did you feel transformed after going?
A little. A little bit otaku.
We had some good questions, but not so good answers. So we interviewed an actual Maid Cafe CEO to find out what she had to say.
これは本当に今おっしゃったようにイメージって男性の方とかオタクの方とかサラリーマンとかイメージあると思うんですけど、実はもう蓋を開けてみると結構びっくりみんなされるんですけど、今アットホームカフェでは男女今比率がほぼ一緒になって、今まではやっぱり男性の方が多かったんですよ。で本当に73とか、もう最初の頃で言ったら本当に91とか、女の子なんてほぼ見ないぐらい今はやはりそこが変わってきていて、女性のお客様、お嬢様っていう方がすごく増えていて、そうなんですよ。なので年齢層ももともと20代後半だったり30代の方とか40代の方とか、そういう方はすごく多かったんですけど、今は本当に老若男女いろんな方がいらっしゃっていて、子供連れでいらっしゃってくれる方もたくさんいらっしゃいますし、メイドカフェって実はそれとは全く違くて、こう、本当のメイドであればお掃除をしてくれたり身の回りの世話をしてくれたりとか、そのコンセプト的にはもちろんマインド的にはそこから受け継いでるメイドっていう存在っていうだけでそこをもちろん軸には持っているんですけど、メイドカフェのメイドってああいうメイドではなくて、日本独特の新たな形のメイドなんですよね。だから多分はい本当にもうまさに日本流というか秋葉原流だと思います。カフェのメイドっていうのはそういった意味でのご主人様のおそばにいるっていうよりは、ご主人様お嬢様により楽しんでもらうためにいる存在というか、人間じゃないんですよメイドって実は。2.5次元の存在なので、もちろん中身は生身の人間かもしれないけど、メイドっていうキャラクターになりきること、世界観に入り込むことでキャラクターと人間の間の存在、それがメイド、だと思うので、メイドカフェのイメージって世の中の人がほとんど持ってることで、私たちも、私今メイド18年目なんですけど、その中で最初の頃って偏見がすごかったんですよ。なんかオタクが行く場所だとか、なんか何喋っていいか分かんない、気持ち悪いとか言われてたんですけど、そのなんか本当にここって楽しい空間なんですよ。でそれをなんか偏見をなくして一般の人に楽しんでいただける場所にしたいなと思っていろいろ救助していく中でもう女性に寄せてみたりとか今までやっぱ結構してきたので、 その結果が結構今出てきてて、女性の割合もすごく増えましたし、なんかそういった偏見っていうのもちょっとずつなくなってきて、当時よりは確実に減ったんじゃないかなって。
ありがとうございます。
学生さんすごく多いので、ぜひ息抜きしたいな、たまにはめ外したいなと思ったら遊びに来てください。
ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
貴重なお時間。
And with that, we wrapped up our investigation into the mysteries of maid cafes. One thing's for sure though, you should definitely go visit a maid cafe and see for yourself.
Do you go again?
Yes, I'd like to. Of course.
10 out of 10 would do it again.